Well, this is GRIN's last game. This is Terminator Salvation, which came out for the Xbox 360 and the PS3. I don't think there was a PC. Oh, maybe there was a PC version. What do I know? This is an interesting game. This was around about the time that GRIN, who were a Swedish company, were doing a lot of like games. They basically had Wanted, which you already took a look at, Bionic Commando, and Terminator Salvation within about 3 months of each other, which is pretty impressive. All three of those games had flaws. All three of those games had something interesting about them. Terminator Salvation, I think, is probably the weakest of the three. I remember playing through it mainly for achievements, so that's kind of where my head was at when this game came out. I also think, unfortunately, I mean, in 2009, there wasn't a great deal of this sort of thing, but in a world where Vanquish and Binary Domain exist, I'm not sure you'd need to go back to this. But we'll see. I'm looking at the PlayStation 3 version just because I've never played it before. I played the 360 version and got all 1,000 points, so didn't feel the need to pick that one up again. So I thought we'd see what the PS3 version looks like. I'm going to assume it looks the same, but maybe a little bit less lower res and maybe runs a little bit slower. That's usually the way, isn't it?
One thing remains constant.
I mean, it's quite elaborate. They've put work into nice CG cutscenes. That was the thing about the GRIN games. They felt, you know, they were still, in the same way as most movie license tie-ins, were a little bit rushed because they had to meet a certain deadline. So Terminator Salvation came out the week the movie came out in the cinemas. Also, before we go any further, Terminator Salvation is a crappy film. A really just... I'm one of those weird people who doesn't like Terminator 2 that much. I just bought it on 4K Blu-ray to watch it again because I haven't seen it since I saw it on DVD. I really like the first Terminator. I think Terminator 2 is fine. I think Terminator 3 is okay. Terminator Salvation I never want to see again in my entire life. The game I had better time with. Okay. It's basically a third-person shooter. How do I... Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is what the thing I remember about this game is it had an interesting cover system. Essentially, you can get into cover, and you have that thing there, which automatically pushes you into cover. Again, GRIN, great concepts. Just unfortunate their games didn't always match up. Also, crime number one. L2 and R2 to shoot on a PS3 pad. You could always tell the PS3 ports that were slaved over because they'd switched the controls so that shoot and aim with L1 and R1. Call of Duty did it. That's all I'm saying. There you go, there's the Terminator chug 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 noise. Okay, this does not run as well as the Xbox version. I can tell you that already.
Let's move now.
So if you are an achievement hunter and you feel like giving this game a go, just remember that you can play through the entire game on easy and you only have to beat the last level on hard. It's not not natural that you could do that, but there is a way.
Get out of the street, boys. Now, follow me.
And if I remember rightly, it involves some trickery with the co-op mode. Because this also has co-op campaign. Don't know that it's online. I think it's only local, but still. Playing this game split screen, I can think of worse things to play. Especially if you're a big Terminator fan. Or for some reason a big Terminator Salvation fan. I know they must exist. enough people saw that movie. Okay, I don't think you can fight those from rightly. Or not this early on. You've reached the evacuation point. I love the loading screen. I will say that. The loading screen is kick-ass. You'll probably be seeing a lot more of it on the PS3 version than the 360 version. Again, just a guess. Right, here we go. So as this is pretty much modelled on the Gears of War model.
Connor.
Where's Giffen and Lewis?
Machines. Come on, let's keep moving. Let's get out of here before that thing reboots.
This way. Everyone's upstairs.
From what I remember, this is not a long game either. Hey, got some more CG. That's good, because the in-game cutscenes are rubbish, so...
Well, I'll be. I was sure at sunrise y'all were dead.
Well, Peters, where are the choppers?
Again,
No
super
choppers,
compressed
Too hot here.
video.
Go by truck. You head south to
Definitely
where
ported from the
safer,
Xbox version.
back from there.
All right, so where are the trucks? What? It was...
It's a shame, because when they render something that looks half decent, it seems like a
HK rebooted.
really cruel
Wells, Roger.
way to show it on PS3 is you've got all that disk space and then you just show the same compressed video that you had to put on the Xbox version.
Blair, I want you and Connor to focus on shooting it down.
I've seen YouTube videos with better compression.
Come on, John.
This YouTube video should have better compression than that.
Grab an RPG and get to work.
Yes, RPG.
Lay down some cover. We got you covered. Take
Where are
out
you?
that HK.
Nice shooting, Connor.
Great job, John.
I'm trying to do it without getting killed. Hello. Wasps!
Hit it again.
Where is he? Find a gap big enough to put an RPG through. It's got reasonable music as well. I don't think the production values are at fault here. I think potentially the scope of the game, because it's quite a simple game and very short. Oh. Okay, it doesn't like me going out there. Get to see that kick-ass loading screen again, though.
You heard the girl, Connor. Grab an RPG and get to work.
Come on. Lay down some cover. We got you covered. Take out that HK.
Nice shooting, Connor.
Great job, John. Use that launcher, Connor.
Switch to the shotgun. That didn't work.
Closing on our location.
Hit it again.
Give us a chance. They just hit it. Oh, I got it through the window.
Good job, John.
I was convinced that wasn't going to be a big enough hole to get a rocket through. I've got to say, switching weapon, not the slickest thing in the world. It could pause the action, that would be a polite way of doing it. Hello. Aww. At least it didn't kill my teammate. Where's the rule of thirds? I've hit it with 4 times with an RPG now.
Hold on. Here it comes. It's gonna ram the building. Hold on.
What? What? That's the end of that encounter.
Connor, Claire, get across. Now, Connor.
Ah, get across here. T600 is one of those designs that just so good.
Let's get out of here. Move, people.
More Terminator drums. And some very pixelated fence. Oh, is this one of those patented turret sequences?
Hang on. HK incoming.
Stay sharp, people. The HK is right on top of us.
Don't sweat it, darling. My boys are on it.
I ain't your darling, Peters.
Armed, dangerous, and drop dead gorgeous. Woo! I love it. Focus.
There's an awful lot of cutscene in this game so far.
Incoming. Gunner, watch your weapons. Don't let them overheat. Come on. We gotta outsmart the machine. Use your
Oh,
heads, man.
that's one of our guys.
Just like shooting pheasants back on the range.
I was convinced that was gonna be a fish in a barrel reference, so I'm delighted about that.
Here comes the more!
What am I fighting? Little winged things.
This is getting real dirty.
If a T600 has got arms and legs and a minigun, what does stupid flying little ball thing get? Freeway reached!
Come on, learn to shoot, people. One more close call like that, and I'll need to change my shorts, all right? Yo, look who's back. Take it down now. Come on, do it, guys. Take it down.
Wah! Wah!
Aim for the damaged engine.
Come on, Connor. Aim for its damaged engine.
I was doing it! There you go, look, engine destroyed.
Aim for the sensor pod.
Okay. Sensors destroyed.
Oh, hell, you guys see this? Look at this. We gotta jump it.
Step on it.
Look at all this gameplay action they're not letting me play.
How about that?
And the gameplay they're letting me do is just like boring turret sequence.
Take out its plasma gun.
Take that! I think. How many more parts of it is going to be on the back? Let's see it.
Guys, we're heading into a tunnel. This is our chance. Keep it engaged. Keep it close.
Decent sized explosion.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Come on. Something's off, man. Something's off. I can feel it.
Yeah, T600.
Peters!
How's he learned how to drive?
Open fire, damn it!
He's dead. Is that it?
Yo, man, more Aerostat!
Ah! Staining is very imprecise. Oh no, I wasn't watching my gun.
Yeah, baby! Nice work, Connor!
Did we? Or is something else going to just kill us immediately?
Alright, we can't go any further. Look, someone just
Ooh,
go
trophies.
check and see if there's a way down from here.
I'm on it. All right, everyone on the ground. Let's go, people.
Right, mission 2.
Pick up the pace, people. I'm not looking to get left behind. Stay close together and stick to cover.
Yeah, this looks pretty aliased. What do I do? What's about that crappy shotgun? Keep the RPG for a rainy day.
Heads up, aerostats.
Take out those wasps!
More wasps. I don't remember this game being predominantly taking out flying wasps, but maybe that's all this game is.
Scout ahead. Make sure the area's clear.
Roger that, Rogers.
Screw around. Marks, take cover. I'm gonna draw its attention. You two flank it. Take it down from behind.
On it! Come on, Connor! We gotta flank this thing!
Come on, get out of the way then. Let's try a rocket launcher.
Well done.
Easily done.
Here comes some more!
Flank him. Come on, Connor. Get around behind him. One sec, reloading.
You bastard. You moved. Oh no! Unprofessional. Unplug the controller during recording. Alright, how many do we get behind him?
Almost done reloading.
How long does it take you to reload that you got to the point of saying almost done reloading? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Alright.
All right, coast is clear.
So it doesn't have to be me that kills them then, that's quite nice. Sometimes the AI in these games is so bad that it's just like, you need to kill everybody because I'm just here for the ride. Grenade.
There's Aerostats over there.
Uh-oh. Where am I? I've got no rockets left, because that'd be... no. And misleadingly, it shows 3 grenades on the weapon select screen, even though I've got no grenades left. Alright, come on. Let's do this. Well, now I'm in a predicament. Right, let's see if I can go nick this grenade. Or 3 grenades. There we go. I got one of them. Turn around. Thank you. And that's pretty much it. I mean, that's kind of Terminator Salvation in a nutshell. It's a lot of small battle encounters, some turret sequences, and then 4 hours later, it's over. Very functional game. Doesn't have a whole lot of flair. I think the cover system's interesting. And I like the idea of this type of game in the Terminator universe. But by its very nature, it's quite generic. And it's a shame, because this is the last game that GRIN put out. I thought Bionic Commando was a lot better than this. And Wanted actually is kind of a little bit better. If you'd like to see more of it, I recommend that you play the rest of it. But it's pretty much this over and over again as far as I remember. So we'll leave it there. That's Terminator Salvation. There's loads more of the Terminator games we can look at. Some interesting ones and some good ones as well.